listening to Coffee and Conversation with Recovery Advocate Network, the nonprofit organization that strives to address the staggering disparity in resource availability for individuals suffering from mental health disorders, processing disorders, addictions, trauma healing, and sexual identity challenges. Together, we strive to end the stigma associated with these challenges so that true healing can begin.
Welcome back, listeners, to Coffee and Conversations Between the Lines blog club series. My name is Joshua Young, and this is episode number 86, where the multi-talented Scott Krinsky will read my blog post entitled Celebrating Pride, A Journey of Authenticity. Scott is an actor, writer, producer, and was a member of the critically acclaimed comedic theater group, The Bad Puppets. Scott is best known for his role as Jeff Barnes on the hit show Chuck, appearing in every episode during its 5-year run. He has had numerous guest starring roles in shows such as The O.C., Without a Trace, and Shameless, to name a few. Scott has also appeared in films such as Jobs and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. In addition to volunteering here at RAN, Scott supports the Los Angeles LGBT Center, which since 1969 has cared for, championed, and celebrated LGBTQ individuals and families in Los Angeles and beyond. Thank you, Scott, for taking the time to read for us here at RAN and for bringing awareness to the Los Angeles LGBT Center to our listeners. You can learn more about Scott and the Los Angeles LGBT Center in the show notes. Between the Lines episodes are written by guests who prefer to use their written voice instead of their interview voice to share their stories. As a reminder, the views expressed in any blog are the views of the author, and the purpose is to provide a safe place for the author's voice to be heard. Just a quick reminder about Recovery Advocate Network, or RAN. RAN's mission is to support individuals dedicated to their recovery journey, but facing challenges due to insurance loopholes. We are on the verge of funding our first bridge grants, which will provide crucial financial assistance to those in need. Your contribution, no matter how small, can make a significant difference in changing and saving lives. We are grateful to have you as a part of our community, so please consider visiting our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org and clicking the donate button today. So, what are we waiting for? Fill up your coffee, sit back, and let's get started. Celebrating Pride, A Journey of Authenticity. Written by Joshua Young. Read by Scott Krinsky.
This year, May 30th, was a significant milestone for me. I celebrated my 5th sober anniversary, a day I had eagerly anticipated with a mix of emotions. One of the hallmark traditions for such a milestone in Alcoholics Anonymous is to attend a meeting, stand before the group, and receive the coveted 5-year chip. This chip symbolizes the perseverance, strength, and hope that have carried me through 5 years of sobriety. It's also a time to share my story, to reflect on the journey, and to inspire others who may be walking a similar path. On that particular evening, the room was filled with familiar faces and a few new ones. The sense of community and mutual support was palpable, as it always is in these meetings. But what made this meeting particularly memorable was not just my celebration, but also the story of another person who was celebrating her 3rd year of sobriety. She appeared to be in her mid-20s, with a quiet confidence and a warm, approachable demeanor. As she began to speak, she shared her journey, a story that was both heartbreaking and inspiring. She started by recounting her early years growing up as a boy in a typical, loving family. But deep down, she always felt different. From a very young age, she knew she was a girl, even though her body did not reflect this truth. As she approached middle school, her desire to express her true self grew stronger. She wanted to wear more feminine clothes and experiment with makeup. But this brought about the beginning of a difficult period in her life. The bullying started subtly at first, with whispers and giggles behind her back, but soon escalated to outright cruelty. She was mocked, ridiculed, and ostracized by her peers. The harsh words and physical abuse she endured were relentless, leaving deep emotional scars. The internal conflict she faced was immense. She knew she wasn't meant to live the life everyone else saw. The pain and confusion led her to self-harm as a way to cope, a desperate attempt to control the overwhelming emotions she was experiencing. Depression soon followed, a dark cloud that seemed to hang over every aspect of her life. She turned to alcohol as a means to numb the pain, to escape from the reality that felt too harsh to endure. The drinking began innocently enough, but quickly spiraled into a dangerous dependency. Alcohol became her refuge, a temporary escape from the turmoil inside her mind. Years passed in this haze of self-destruction and internal conflict. It wasn't until she found the courage to confront her truth that things began to change. Telling her parents and best friends about her decision to transition was the most terrifying moment of her life. She feared rejection, judgment, and loss. But to her immense relief, she was met with open arms and unconditional love. Her parents and friends embraced her for who she truly was. And this acceptance was the first step towards healing. She began her transition 5 years ago, a journey that was both physically and emotionally challenging. The support of her loved ones was crucial, but the path to self-acceptance and recovery was far from over. She continued to struggle with the remnants of her alcoholism and the deep emotional scars left by years of self-harm and depression. But she was determined to live her life authentically, as the woman she had always known herself to be. Today, she stands before us, living her truth with pride and courage. Her story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the power of acceptance, and the importance of being true to oneself. As we celebrate Pride Month, her journey is a poignant reminder of the significance of this time. Pride Month is not just about celebrating our identities, but also about honoring the struggles and triumphs that have brought us to where we are today. For me, hearing her story was a powerful reminder of why I continue to attend these meetings and share my own journey. It's about more than just staying sober. It's about connecting with others, offering support, and finding strength in our shared experiences. This Pride Month, I am filled with a renewed sense of gratitude for the community that has supported me through my journey, and a deep appreciation for the courage of those who, like the young woman I met, are living their authentic lives despite the challenges they face. As we continue to celebrate Pride Month, let us remember to honor the bravery of those who have fought for their right to be themselves, to live openly and authentically. Let us celebrate the progress we've made and continue to push for a world where everyone can live with pride, free from fear and discrimination. This month and every month, we stand together in solidarity, strength, and hope.
Thank you for joining us today with your coffee and conversation. We hope you've been encouraged and learned something from today's story. To learn more about today's guest, please check out our show notes for more details. Now it's time to remember to like this episode, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to ensure you do not miss future episodes. Recovery Advocate Network envisions a world where individuals with mental health challenges receive comprehensive and effective treatment without the worry of financial burdens to themselves or their families, all without the stigmas often present in society. We are proud that every individual worked with RAN does so on a 100% volunteer basis. You can support the mission by making a financial donation via PayPal or Venmo, or email donate@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org if you would like to donate items for our next fundraising auction. Please visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org to learn more. Now, stay in the loop about upcoming events, future episodes, and more by following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all major podcast platforms. As a reminder, the experiences and advice expressed in this episode are the host and guest's own personal stories and do not represent the opinions of any organization mentioned. RAN is passionate about opening the doors for all voices and experiences, not just those expressed in any particular podcast. If you want to share your experiences or expertise, we encourage you to be a future guest by emailing us at podcast@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org or submit a blog by emailing blog@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org. We also encourage you to comment on the episode so that we can continue to provide content that is most beneficial to the community. How do you do that? Visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org, and in the top right corner, click that comment button and comment. So listeners, what do you need to do? Pause what you're doing, subscribe, follow us. Please give us a like and a 5-star rating, write some meaningful comments, and most importantly, share these episodes with your friends. You never know whose heart you will touch, so please be a part of a reason someone has new hope today. If this episode was triggering to you, we encourage you to contact your support system, therapist, national and community support groups, the Global Crisis Text Line by texting 741-741, and/or if in the U.S., dialing 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you're in the U.S. and need additional resources such as shelter, support group resources, transportation, food, and/or a safe, confidential path out of physical or emotional domestic abuse, please call 211 or visit www.211info.org for assistance. Now, we know you are very busy, and we are grateful that you said yes to sharing time with us today. If you stuck to our 3 C's of engagement and listened to the full episode, then visit the podcast section of our website and leave the comment about the podcast, and you'll be entered to win an autographed copy of one of the books from one of our book club series, as well as a Coffee and Conversation coffee mug. So thanks again. Until next time, back to your coffee.